just received my package, so the Haribo's, wow, that's a great little touch, isn't it? Nice of them. So here's your, goes into your OBD. So there's all different coloured ones, I'm guessing. They're not for different vehicles, they're for different parts of what you're wanting to diagnose or adjust, which I'll read into. I'm sure the green is when you're doing the TCU. Yellow, red, grey, and this bit. This is the main box. V-Link F5 USB made for 4-scan Windows. ECU firmware upgrade. I don't think they send a CD anymore. What I have just read. So I'm guessing this is your device. What then gets plugged into your laptop to then put the firmware on, the software, wherever it is. So get this opened and have a look. If you're a newbie like me, first thing you want to do when you get this is in your search bar www.multiecuscan.net. That'll bring you up onto the website and it'll show you the free version, the pay version. All you're doing is downloading your file. That is it. Downloading the software. Once you download the software and open it, it'll then just download the appropriate drivers you need for your Windows anyway. So it will say on certain information in here, download the drivers, but I noticed as soon as I opened this software on the MES, it then said you need these drivers, and I just pressed yes. It downloaded them, then everything came up, and then it brought me to this simulation first. I just want to go through everything before I actually put my software, because you've got an activation key to then start your 12-month, what you've paid for. Before I actually went and registered with the key that they give you, I wanted to come into this and get a grip with everything, how it works. But as you can see, software activation. If you're happy to activate the license, which then it'll start from this day, a box will appear showing your hardware key. Once this comes onto the website, then you just put your license key. You've got an hardware key, a license key, which is on the other side of this letter that you'll put in it. Then a key, you put your email address in, then they'll send you another thing. Then you go to www.multiecuscan.net, and then this is how you set everything up. It's pretty simple. I hate anything to do with computers, and this is very simple. Everything on my laptop, then opened the software, and here's what you come up with. So first it'll bring you the next page. I went straight onto the gearbox. You'll come up, it'll say engine, injectors, blah blah blah. You put your type in Fiat, scroll through the settings. I went to Fiat Ducato 250. So as you can see now, these are everything in the gearbox, and as soon as you click on something, so this is the service final calibration, and it gives you a briefing of everything how you need to do it. So this is the final calibration command results in the self-learning of the values relating to the gear engagement, and select the positions and checks that the clutch plunger is regulated correctly. You are recommended to bleed the clutch before running this test, which I have done. I've already bled the clutch. The test should be run if potentiometers and electrical valves, mechanical components of the all actuation unit have been disassembled, reassembled, or if the control unit has been replaced. This operation lasts for 5 minutes. And clutch drain. So it gives you a brief here. This test should be performed if tubes or components of the hydraulic circuit have been disassembled. eliminate any air in the circuit. Clutch bleeding that lasts for 1 minute. So engine off, stop start function not active, keep the brake pedal pressed for the whole operation, and then it'll say clutch actuator okay, clutch position sensor okay, keep the brake pedal pressed for the whole operation. And then, like I say, you just click on it, press go. It's just like a start stop. You see here, disconnect, execute. So if I were plugged in now with my OBD, execute, do what it's telling you on this command, done. So you've got clutch self-calibration enable. Again, press execute button, engine must be off, not active, gear in neutral, start the engine, wait, the control unit will perform 5 clutch activation cycles and it will finish in 1 minute. Turn the key off, then wait 15 seconds and turn the key to MAR. You have to do everything it tells you. Clutch base adjustment. The new actuators command should be performed when the oil activation unit is replaced. The values relating into the oil ducts and clutch regulation are updated. The engine must be off, stop start function not active during this procedure. So the main one I'm coming in is the clutch drain. Clutch self-calibration enable, actuator base adjustment, reset self-learned functions, and then the delete statistical data. So that is what I'll be doing after the clutch bleed. The function should be used to delete some of the parameters inside the control unit. Execute in case of complete gearbox replacement. Conditions from this function, engine off, start stop function not active. So there's a lot of things it tells you not to do in here until you've changed the gearbox, but what you're doing is you're doing a gearbox reset. So and then it's going to relearn, and then with the clutch all you're doing is you're restarting it as though it's had a new clutch. It'll learn it all again. Good one. Production service final calibration. The production service final calibration command results in the self-learning of the valves relating to the gear engagement and selection positions and checks that the clutch plunger is regulated correctly. You are recommended to bleed the clutch before running this test. The test should be run if the electrovalves, mechanic components or the whole actuation unit have been disassembled and reassembled if the control unit has been replaced. This is a good one because I want to know if everything's in where it should be. Honestly, there's a lot of good things on here. So if you're having issues with the no gear available, like I have been, I'm going through everything I can so I never get it again. Even though I'm not having it at the moment and I've done what I've done previous videos, I want to see if everything is right in my gearbox and in my clutch. I want to make sure everything is where it should be, to the pressure plates, the alignment, and I've downloaded everything to check. So once this gives me all the statistics, I'll check what there should be. If anything seems out, I'll know that I've got clutch issues, and then there's no point me going down any other route and book it in for the clutch replaced. I'm not going to have the clutch replaced if there's nothing wrong with it, which I know this is all electrical issues. So this then gives you a bit of, good news then. What you're going to do once you get your pack. So you'll see on the back of your letter, it'll tell you to go to the multiecuscan.net. Then once you're here, you'll see all these different downloads. And you see there's so many, so it can be confusing. So you're going to go to this one, which is the free downloads, and press download, which is the 5.3. Then it'll come up to download it, which I'm not going to show you all that. And then it'll download the drivers. Then once you open that, let me just show you. It'll come up, then you're on this. And this is the free trial, which you can then select your vehicle, which mine's the Ducato 3 litre multijet. You select that. And then you go to your gearbox, and then you can plug everything in and go through it, do some commands which are all false. But then down here, right at the bottom, it'll say register. You click that, and I can't show you, but you get like a square that comes up and it'll say on it your hardware key. And then what you have to do then is you have to then go and go to this one, which is, let me just get it up so it's better for it. So then once you click on that bottom register, this will come up and it'll say your hardware key, and then it'll ask for your license key, which you haven't got. So then you have to open this www. This is once you've downloaded everything and you're pretty happy with how it runs. You then need to activate your key, so then you've got your subscription what lasts for a year. So if you go to this www.multiecuscan.net register promo, then it's going to ask you for the promotion code, which is on the opposite end of this letter, which you'll get, and then it'll ask for this hardware key, which, as I've just mentioned, when you press this, a square will come up showing you your hardware key. So make a note of it or paste it, take a picture of it, which will come up like this on your laptop, and it'll show you your key. Make a note of that, and then while you're on this promo, it'll show you a square. Put in that hardware key, put in this promotion code, what's on the opposite side in this other box, and then it'll ask for your email address, blah blah blah. You put send, then in your email you'll get your license key. So then when you come then back to this register and it asks for hardware key and license key, that's where you then put your top license key at the bottom, and your hardware key at the top. Then once you press OK, it's then going to come up, let me just exit this, as this, and then this is your proper one. This is it now, this is you're on. So then all you do now is go to your Ducato and you can put this or this into your laptop, and then plug this into your OBD and then start doing these commands. You set up, and then you look at the top here, parameters, graph, actuators, adjustments. So if you click on actuator, pump motor, gear pump motor activated. Pay careful attention to list the operations. And you just keep clicking through them. This function activates the indicator device and control circuit. Please observe clicking sound. So you just carry all these tests. It's a brilliant piece of kit. And clutch solenoid. And click on adjustments. So as you can see now, we've got the depressured clutch drain. So the accumulator depressurization. And then it'll give you, this function lowers the oil pressures in the system. Before disassembling the hydraulic unit, tubes make sure to perform this operation and make sure, but this is what I did on the video. All I did is take the fuse out and that does it for you, but this is the opposite way if you want to do it before anything else. I just took the fuse out and then left it a day, and then it depressurizes the system. So this is the opposite end. Then clutch drain, this test should be performed again. The circuit has been disassembled or assembled. It should be eliminate any air in the circuit. Clutch bleeding lasts about a minute. So engine needs to be off, stop start function not active. Keep the brake pedal pressed for the whole operation, and then it'll keep doing the tests. So you just carry out all these, which I'm going to do myself. I'm going to carry out the adjustments and tests and keep looking through anything I can find, reset anything I can do. So then, this is what I want to show you now. So let's say we're going to do the clutch drain, and you've done all these, everything's off and you're happy. You then go to execute and press execute while this is plugged in to your diagnostics. Very good. Can't wait to crack on with this. So this is what I just wanted to put out because it's a bit confusing to set up. So if you follow everything I've put, it might be able to help you, and then you don't have to email them. Yeah, so this one, you see, this is everything you've got. There is so much on this one. I've got the FiaT-ComForTmaTiC, which, you know, it was about 500 quid, which is excellent, but it's just for reading codes, and you can look at this type of stuff, but there's just more on here what talks to the gearbox. For 130 quid delivered, I got this, and that's brilliant. And like I say, you just go onto the website, download it. I've gone for the Windows one. You can go for the Bluetooth one and open the phone on your app, but I wanted to do this with a laptop. I thought that it'd be more in depth. But look what you've got here. So I haven't got mine plugged into the van yet, but because I'm just wanting to get used to it. I don't want to do anything wrong. I'm gonna go over everything 5 to 10 times, because this is you know, this is serious. You get anything wrong, you know, you're wiping everything off your gearbox, so it's going to relearn. It's a complete reset, and then it's going to start again. So anything what's adjusted wrong in your clutch, this is basically giving it a new life. And any updates, it's going to update anything you need to. So as you can look here, you've got the gear engage position. So this selection position, clutch pressure plate, travel. So if this were plugged in now and you've done everything what it's asking you to do, it'll give you all the parameters here in mil. So if you were looking at, I've already done this on my iCarSoft, so if you were looking at the clutch pressure plate and the reference, it'd tell you here that it'd be 8 mil, and then once you drove a little bit and reversed, it'd then go to the highest points to 19, and then you check with the information you've got, and if this is an higher mil, then you know the clutch pressure plate is not working correctly. And the engagement position, and then look what we've got here. You've got odd gear selection, even gears, clutch solenoid valve, gear selector position, adjusted selection valve, gearbox oil temperature. This is what you need to be looking at. Clutch temperature, definitely, and clutch degradation. This is what you want, guys. Clutch over temperature time, mist selection, clutch disc RPM, 2i counter. Look for this. Total gear changes counter, gearbox clutch self-calibration. Here we go. Yep, this has got everything I need. So the next is having a good hour carrying anything out, doing tests, and then I'm going to go to the actuators and go through a few of these, and then I'll be going to the adjustments and carrying out this. These are your last what you do. I've been told you've got to do your main one, which is the clutch calibration, and then there's 6 other mini ones to do, all take a minute. So I'm guessing your big one is your clutch calibration, then you've got your clutch drain, so after you've done the bleed, which I've done, any air that's left in, get it out. Then you want to be doing your reset learn functions, delete statistical data, because then it's going to learn afresh. And then your last one, you're going to pretend like you've done clutch replacement, and it's going to reset the parameters. Yeah, just put this in here as well. On your errors at the top, and just look down here, look. This is what you want to be monitoring as well. Battery voltage. This and the hydraulic circuit. gear engaged, gear requested, gearbox oil, and the temperature. Once all these start coming up and you start viewing these, this is what we want to be checking, because if your battery is low, this is the biggest thing where your gearbox will have faults. It needs to be 12.6 and no low for this to behave correctly. 100% you can check that out. So changing that starter battery, making sure it's good, even putting a trickle charger on is a good thing to do. So here's your main one. Once you've got it all set up, just got to click on graph, and then here's where you're going to be measuring everything in the positions, from your battery voltage, engine speed, clutch speed, temps. This is unreal. Anybody what's got a car, van, motorhome wants to have this with them.